Hi, hello, this is Arjun or Shaankar and you're watching LearnStroke. College is the most fascinating period of your life. And sometimes people normally equate college as a period of liberty and lot of freedom and enjoyment. Most probably because you come after the school life and you feel that you have really grown up, you have become adults and you're going to enjoy all the freedom in your life. That's definitely correct. And people normally say that college is the most decisive phase of your life because college is going to determine who you are in your life. I fully do not agree with the statement, but it is partially right. College definitely is a platform which decide who you are going to become in your life. People choose different professions, different walks of life once you complete your college. You land up in different places and you become what you are. And definitely that is the reason why I said college is definitely the best platform which can mold you, where you can take a life-changing or a path-breaking decision. And that decision can be to join the civil services or deciding to become a bureaucrat who wants to move the country. That is, join the IAS, join the IPS, join the IFS, which thousands and thousands of aspirants across this country dream of. So this is normally a very usual question that normally people ask. How should I start preparing? Because college gives you a lot of time and the energy that you have in your college is immense. How do you actually capitalize all this? How do you start preparing in college? These are the most important things which everybody wants to know and tune in their preparation while you are in the college. College is undoubtedly the best phase of your life to really start your civil services preparation, because college gives you a lot of time. I shouldn't say a lot of time because you get a lot of time to study your main curriculum or the main syllabus or your degree preparation. On top of that, definitely you can squeeze out some time for real good preparation of civil services. And the biggest advantage that all the aspirants have while you're in college is that energy level. You're brimming with a lot of energy. If you utilize that small part of your energy for preparation for civil services also, that is the best thing that you can do it in your college. In this session, we'll tell you what are the few things that you can actually keep in your mind, the insightful things which you should right now start, which will give you an edge for the exam when you will appear for the examination when you complete your graduation. So there are few things which you should keep in your mind, and in this session, tune in, we'll tell you all those things. Before we venture into the preparation aspects, I think we should take some time to understand a few things. And that is what is called as an EIR sensation. And you can experience this sensation when you are in the college. I'll explain what you mean by an EIR sensation, which means that everything is right. Because college is one such place where you meet a lot of friends who come from different phases and different walks of life. College is the place where you interact with everybody and that interaction is absolutely perfect. But the biggest reason is you'll meet a lot of people who have different intentions, different ambitions in life, and some people don't even have any ambition, and for some people the college life is basically to enjoy to the core, celebrate the whole beauty of that. And some people, they have different intentions. So basically college is going to be a place where you're going to interact with different kinds of people, and this is where the EIR sensation comes, which means everything is right. So at one point you meet different people and you feel that people with all the intentions and all the ambitions, whatever they say, this is right, and this is right, this is right. So anything that you do becomes right. So before you start your preparation, one strong thing to actually keep in your mind is take out this EIR sensation and find out your purpose. Doesn't mean that you don't have to interact with all the people. You have to interact, make friendships, celebrate your life. But one thing, know your purpose or discover your purpose, because you have decided that you're going to give this exam. You are going to take it very seriously. So find your real purpose. You know that you have to prepare for the civil services. So discover that purpose in you, find time for that, then celebrate. If you find your purpose, the only advantage of finding your purpose is you will not be distracted easily. Or else you start the preparation and after that you slowly deviate and get distracted. So the only advantage about discovering your own purpose is no distractions. If you can keep it in your mind, load it, then your preparation really starts. Now you have found your purpose and the chances of you getting distracted are very low because you know that you want to prepare for the civil services exam. That's perfectly alright. And you see that you have 3 years, 4 years, 5 years in college, lot of time, and what normally happens is you study seriously for some time and later on what happens is you lose the track and you get distracted. You again come to the track and you again get distracted, and what happens is your preparation goes into a haywire mode. This normally happens, and even thoughts like this come into your mind. Why should I really prepare for this point? Because anyway, after my graduation, I am going to take 1 year off from my life and really focus into the preparation. So what is the point of really spending a lot of time like this? All these thoughts cross your mind. And this is very obvious, don't worry. So that is the reason why you should understand, why should I prepare in college? There should be some advantages for that. What are the so-called advantages which I will have if I start preparing in college? Normally, you must have seen, whenever you see the final list of the UPSC interview or the personality test, you see the people or the toppers talking in TV. And I think one thing you must have noticed. There are people in 21, 22 and 23 clearing civil services. Most probably they must have started their preparation early, or they must have started when they were at 22 or 23, or they got it at the first attempt. So the most important cases that you see, majority of the aspirants who are pretty young, 21, 22, must have started their preparation early. So that is the advantage of starting it early. Do you want to get into the first attempt or the second attempt? The best thing is you should know the exam in the best manner possible. That is why I say, after you find your purpose, you know chances of distraction are less. Why should you really prepare for civil services when you're in college? The answer to that question, say, I'll give you an illustration. Imagine the whole examination is like a horse race. Just like we have a derby race, and you are the jockey who are going to ride your horse, and like every other jockey, you want to win the race, win the derby. Do you think this starts off quickly in 1 day or what, 2 days or 1 week or 1 month or 1 year? So if the examination is actually a derby race and you are the jockey, I think the first thing that you have to do is you should learn to ride a horse. That is the first point. Without even riding a horse, without knowing the art of riding a horse, how do you expect to win a derby? That is the point. You can be an accomplished jockey while you prepare for the exam, while you take 1 year off from your life and really prepare for the exam. You can be that big jockey, but the real point is when you are in the college, you can learn the art of riding the horse. You can play with the horse, and it is not easy to tame a horse because it is not a car or not a machine. It will not listen to you. It's a slow process. You talk to it, you actually care it and play with it. Slowly what happens is it will start listening to what you say. So slowly you will learn to ride a horse, and after some time you will take different routes. In the first instance, you may ride on a plain road. It is going to be very easy. And after some time, you may choose a bumpy road where you will have to control the horse in a much more efficient manner. So what really happens? Slowly, you take different routes and you are gaining a perfection with the horse. Slowly, you become a good jockey. This is what happens while you're in college. And after some time, when you're an accomplished jockey, you only have to participate in a big derby race. That means in a derby race, obviously you will have a particular route or a route map to actually travel. Since you are a good jockey, you know to handle the horse well. If you prepare in much more effortless manner I think winning the race is not going to be a tough task. So the key point was handling the hose. I think from this small illustration, you must have got that important point that in college life, learn to take the hose. That means you can create the basic ambience around you. You can create or mold the basic skills and attitude while you're in college. If you have all those skills, when you graduate from the college, when you take 1 year off for the real preparation of the civil service, you will see that everything that you study is getting more easy only because you have a sound background in that. That is the advantage of studying in college. So please remember the story of a derby race and a horse race. In college, your ultimate thing is to learn the art of horse riding, tame the horse, get the background check, and after the exam, everything is going to be perfect. Question number 1. Is there any shortcut in clearing civil services? Or tell us a shortcut to clear the whole examination and make your preparation easy. Or give us a good capsule like of a thing. After consuming, our preparation becomes much more easy. These are the normal questions that we get. But the answer is simple. There are probably no shortcuts. The road, as you see, is very long and you have to travel through that land. That is the only probable answer here. And some people even ask, can you please airlift us and drop us at the destination? A very normal question that they ask. But the only answer is there are no shortcuts, and if that road is a long road, the road is very beautiful and both the sides you see different things. You have to travel through that road, and while you travel through that road, each and every moment you start getting experiences from the road. That are the experiences of a lifetime, and those experiences really shape and mold your character and make you a better person. Just imagine yourself being airlifted. You see a lot of things in the road. That's a very long road. You see a beautiful tree, a beautiful mountain. While you see that, you get experiences. So those roads gives you the best experiences of your life, rather than just airlifting and dropping in the destination never gives you. So all the experiences that you normally get from the college shapes your character. And the shaping of your character is not something that is happening so quickly and that will happen overnight. It will take a lot of time. So don't miss out all the opportunities. As you said, the road is going to be so long. You have to travel and see what will happen on either side of the road. All these are experiences. Imagine you got a chance to work in the rehabilitation of street children, or giving them education for free, or in a cleaning drive. All these activities will definitely give you the experiences, and that shapes your leadership skills also. So that is why we say, when the road is so long, you have to travel by yourself completely, get all the experiences, shape your character, and be the best person that you always want to be. So there are no scope of airlifting and dropping into the final destination. You have to keep traveling. So I hope your travel will give you the best experiences of your life. The next important question is how to tackle the syllabus of the civil services exam. The moment you see the syllabus, you get a feeling that, oh, it is a very huge syllabus. How am I going to tackle all this? So the key question here is how to tackle the syllabus. Definitely, this is the time where you have to be friends with the syllabus. I call it as be friends with the syllabus. When you become friends with the syllabus, you clearly know who your friend is. So in your college time, because time is also an essence, time is also a very important thing. The major chunk of the time goes for your college studies, and you get hardly 1 or 2 hours or 3 hours max to prepare for the civil service exam. If you're starting your studies in college, get the syllabus, download the syllabus, or get the notification from the UPSC website, go through it and find out what are the most important areas being asked in the prelims as well as in the mains. Read it many times. Normally we see a lot of aspirants used to stick the syllabus on their walls just to see it every time when they study. You want to do it, you can do it, but the point is, go through the syllabus many number of times and reach a point where, if I tell you women's education or women's empowerment, you should be able to relate in which paper of the mains exam is this topic here. I say a random word, globalization. Quickly you need to tell me in which paper of mains is globalization coming. People's movement, polity, governance, so anything regarding the topic, you should be able to tell to yourself when you see a newspaper item, you see an important thing about self-help groups being discussed. So SHG is something that normally people discuss. If you see a thing called SHG or self-help group, immediately your response should come in your mind that, okay, this is from this paper. This is the quality and the clarity that I want you to have while you're in the college itself. So that the biggest advantage is that after some time you will start preparing, you will read newspapers randomly, or you read any books. The moment you get topics which are in the syllabus, the connection rate is too high. So the point is, read the syllabus again and again for the prelims, mains, and find out which areas come where. So the next time when you see or read something, immediately your brain processes that, oh, this is an important topic for civil service exam and I need to be knowing this fact. So this is the point. Know the syllabus completely. I think the best way to put it up is be friends with the syllabus so that you know your friend. So know your friend carefully. This is going to be the first step, the real first step for your civil services preparation. Master the syllabus. The next important question is how to choose your optional. And there is a very old saying, a very cliched thing but very funny, which normally say, finding your optional subject is like finding your spouse. It's like finding your husband or finding your wife, because you have to go a long distance with this. So that is why you have to make a wise decision. Sounds interesting, and but there is a lot of accuracy in this. You need to be very wise when you choose your optional subject, because that is going to play a very, very pivotal part in your preparation also. So what is the rationale or what is the logic that should go in deciding my optional subject? People have a lot of confusions regarding that. People normally change one optional to the another optional, and they move on to the another optional, which is not a good trend. If you've decided that this is my subject, I think you can invest time on that. So what is the one thing that we can do here? One trend is, normally people take optionals which they are doing their degree. If you happens to be a geography graduate or a history graduate, there is a high tendency that you decide that yes, I'm going to take history for my civil service optional. And in previous times you had two optionals, and now as per the current syllabus you only have one optional. So if you're a geography graduate or a sociology graduate, you decide that yes, I'm going to take my graduation subject as my optional. Does this work? This also works. There is no harm in it. And sometimes people say that I'm an engineer, I'm actually having my degree in mechanical engineering, so shall I take mechanical engineering as my optional or electrical engineering? And some people actually come from zoology background, so what if I take zoology, science background? So these are the key questions. And ultimately, I believe if you have the confidence in handling that subject, then you should take. Normally we hear a lot of news about don't take science subjects or engineering subjects, core subjects, because the papers are normally very tough, very tough. So this happens. So my suggestion is that if you're really damn good in your subject, there is absolutely no problem in taking that subject. The only thing is that you have to take a decision. That is the only thing. So you can definitely take a subject which is your graduation subject, but I see a lot of people, if you are actually coming from an economics background, but your interest is actually in geography, or you like public administration because you have a great interest and inclination towards how the administration in India works and generally the administration. So even though you are a graduate in history or economics, there is no harm in taking public administration. So number one, while tackling the optional subject, you have to make that core decision. Yes, this is my subject, I found out my subject and I have immense interest in this. That is the first thing. If you have locked in, zeroed in your interest, then the next step is find the syllabus of the optional subject and start preparing or start getting an overview about the optional subjects right when you're in the college. You know what is the biggest advantage of doing that? If you start doing this process, getting the overview, go through the syllabus, find paper 1, paper 2, these are the syllabus for paper 1, paper 2, know the syllabus, slowly you start preparing, read general things about your optional subject. The only thing is that your solid base regarding the subjects gets stronger every time you read it. So in college, if you can start this process of getting an overview about the optional subject, when you take 1 year off for the real preparation before the exam, then when you study the optional subjects, you don't start from the scratch. That means the only advantage is if you do the overview properly, you don't have to start from the scratch. You can right away jump into the optional subject and you find it very easy and more relative. That is the only advantage of choosing an optional. So first, choose an optional where you have huge inclination or your interest. So zero in, lock it, and then start getting the overview. Things are going to be perfect.